What is going on, everyone? MikeO back with my December 2023 Philly Show recap. The Philly Show is an awesome show, one of the best shows in the country, one of the longest running shows in the country, and it's something I look forward to 3 times a year, every year. Definitely already excited for the next one coming up in spring. The winter show is always kind of a tougher show, though. I always get to it, but it's hard to do multiple days for me. It's just during a very busy part of the year, right? It takes place after Thanksgiving, before Christmas. A lot of things going on, just really, really busy. I probably could have squeezed in Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday this year, but it really wouldn't have been the responsible thing to do. So I just dedicated Saturday to it. So I got there Saturday. I was there for the majority of the show. I probably got in 20 minutes after it opened, and I left about 10 minutes after it closed. So I was there for the length of the show. Was able to hang out with Reese, ND Card Ranger, as well as Ed Wesker Griff towards the beginning of the show. We were just kind of hanging out, talking about cards, looking at some showcases together, high-fiving Jamie Moyer as he walked by. Good times. And then later on, I was able to talk a little bit with Brian, B-Roth 6, Card Soup. So that was also great. And then so many dealers. You get to start to know the dealers more and more, and you have those little conversations, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. It definitely adds up. Did some value box digging, did buy some stuff for the eBay stores, things like that. But as far as PC, I saw some cool stuff, but nothing big that I just had to have in that moment. I did pick up a little stack of stuff, just some neat stuff. Technically only one card, but a whole bunch of, odder releases or team issued stuff. So definitely happy with what I added. But the show itself was solid. It was definitely a lot of foot traffic early. It felt busy early, and then the second half of the day was pretty slow. There were plenty of people there, but it's such a huge setup now and such a bigger room than they've used for some of the previous Philly shows that it spreads out, and you could definitely tell it was noticeably slower later in the day. And I heard a lot of mixed reviews from the dealers I talked to. I had some that said they really didn't have a good show at all, or they were a little disappointed, and some that said they did really, really well. So I think it was just hit or miss. Certainly at this time in the hobby, this time of the year, I think things are tightening up a little bit. The economy is not great. It's a part of the year where people are spending a lot of money on travel or gifts, and they're putting money aside, and it's the end of the year. There's a lot going on. So I think there was plenty of foot traffic, but I think people were being probably a little more particular with what they're buying. They're either going all in on the value stuff or just picking up 1 or 2 cards for the collection instead of, going crazy with it. But overall, still a great show. The hobby's still strong. Good mix of people there. A lot of young, a lot of old. I'm sure the trade night was good. I did not end up sticking around for that. But listen, the Philly show's great. Can't wait till the spring show. Already looking forward to the national. I know there's been some national buzz within some friends of mine, people who are going, talking about it. Some people are already buying tickets and such for it, so it should be a fun time, but still ways to go. Let's get into some of the pickups. So here's the one card I picked up for the PC. This is a 2003 Topps Pristine Bomb Squad Game Used Bat Relic card of Mike Schmidt. Thought this one was pretty well priced. Was able to, I think it was marked at 15, got it down to $10. Just a cool looking bat card. Great image, not an image you see all the time. You don't even really, I don't know, I feel like you get a lot of cards with Schmidt with the powder blue jersey and such. Not many with the hat on that pose with the white jersey, but just a neat card. Cool looking game used bat card. And for $10, couldn't turn it down, adding a Schmidt and a memorabilia card to the collection. And then most of the other stuff were just kind of eyeball things that I picked up from a few dealers that I usually deal with. So this is from 1997. Richie Ashburn tribute photo card from produced for his funeral. You can see the back as a poem by Harry Callis, who is also a Hall of Famer, Ford Frick Award winner. So you can see 1927 to 97, Richie Ashburn. Just thought it was a great looking image and something I did not have in the collection, so I was able to pick that one up. Picked up a couple postcards here. This one, I believe, is 1944-45. These are old school postcards from the Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame still sells postcards. They sell colorized versions, a glossier version. But this is one of the vintage postcards. This is Ed Delahanty. He's one of the greatest Phillies players of all time. He doesn't have a lot of cards. I mean, he has some modern cards. And his playing days cards are essentially unaffordable to most. So when I can pick up stuff like this of him, I like to do that. So a cool Ed Delahanty. And then, of course, for the Connie Mack collection, it's a Connie Mack. I think this is from the 46 to 52 series. So just kind of images of their plaques. So a neat item there to add to the Connie Mack collection. I did bring some stuff with me to the show to sell. I didn't end up moving any of it. I don't know, just got involved in too many conversations. Didn't end up going to the trade night like I mentioned. And there were plenty of people buying, but just didn't do it. All right, next up, I got this as part of the group with the postcards. So I was able to work out a little group deal for those. This is from 1939 to 41, Wally Moses, Phillies photo. So this is a team issue photo. Wally Moses, I don't know why I said that. He was an Athletic. Walt Millies. And just, to me, great image. Kind of do agree with a lot of people who like the catching poses. I mean, it's neat to see the old school catcher's equipment. Kind of a little posed action shot. You can see some guys warming up here before a game. You see the stands in the background. Just a really cool item. Then I love this old school Philadelphia National League Baseball Club logo, old Phillies logo. William Penn on top of the building there in the image. So very cool there. These old team issued things I've been getting more and more interested in as I've really completed the entire run of Phillies and most, not all Bowman cards vintage wise, but the majority of them. I still need plenty of pre-war cards, but I've been getting into a lot of these team issued photos and such. So here's another one. This is from 58 or 59. Jim Hegan. He was Phillies backup catcher in 58 and 59. Had a lengthy career, mostly with Cleveland. I believe he was the starting catcher on their 1948 World Series winning team. But the back end of his career is with the Phillies. And this, again, just a awesome looking image. I love seeing the images of the old uniforms and such. And here you can see with the catcher's mitt, either getting ready to loosen someone up or posing. Probably a posing shot, I'm sure. But very, very cool. Just a great looking image. I did see a lot of other really neat stuff. I saw some original Burke photographs at the show. Just some great Phillies images. The guy wanted $70 a piece, and I thought about it. It would have been neat to pick up one for the collection, but I didn't ultimately do that. Here's a really awesome one too. This is another Phillies team issue photo. I gotta be honest, I know a lot of Phillies stuff. I did not know Bob Lemon was involved with the Phillies. He was part of the coaching staff. He joined the coaching staff in 1961. So he is a Hall of Fame pitcher, best known for his time with Cleveland. And when I saw this, I knew I had to get it, and it was pretty cheap too. I found it in a box of old school Phillies stuff for $3 a piece. So, I mean, how can you go wrong with a 1961 Bob Lemon team issue photo in a Phillies uniform? Hall of Fame guy with a Phillies connection. And to be honest, like I said, had no idea. You hear about, you know about a lot of the managers in the vintage time, so you don't really hear or see much with the coaching stuff. So I was thrilled to learn something new that I'm kind of surprised I didn't know, and pick up something sweet for the collection. So that is pretty awesome there. Next up, I got a publication. I'm not one to collect a lot of publications, but I have started to a little bit. I've picked up a couple yearbooks and things like that. This is a 1952 Complete Baseball. This is the July edition. Cost $0.25 back in the day. Complete Baseball by the editors of Sport Life magazine. And I picked it up because the cover is awesome. Got a great image here of Richie Ashburn. So picked this up for the collection. Haven't opened it up yet. I'm sure there's a story in there about Ashburn. Obviously, there's some stuff about Joe DiMaggio and Stan Musial, but I mean, that is just a great looking image. So, and again, not that expensive. It was like $10 or less. All these things I kind of grouped up into little deals, but I just thought this was a great addition to the Phillies collection as I expand slowly a little bit beyond cards. So, very cool there. And then two more. We've got baseball advisory staff, Spalding, Johnny Callison, great image, fan favorite in Philadelphia. Had the big home run for the National League in the All-Star game. For a long, long time, he was the last Philly to hit a home run in the All-Star game. I think it was Real Muto a couple years that had one. But the baseball advisory staff issued photos. This one is sponsored by Spalding. Very cool. Definitely tough finds. And then also picked up the advisory staff from Wilson Sporting Goods of Bobby Wine. And again, just an awesome looking image there. I mean, look at the backdrop. It's just a really cool looking photo. And a lot of the cards, a lot of vintage cards, some have photos, some have kind of artistic takes. So sometimes when you get these like high res images, they can be super cool. See the details on the uniforms and such. So those are the pickups for the Philly show. Like I said, I was not looking to go crazy spending, but I did, of course, as always, want to pick up some stuff for the collection. I picked up some pretty cool stuff. The Spalding and Wilson stuff, these are definitely tough finds, so happy to add them. Like I said, the Ashburn, not the typical thing I'm necessarily looking for, but when I come across something that neat and very affordable, I'll pick it up. The Bob Lemon was amazing. Super thrilled about that. Awesome images, and you learn more about the players. These team-issued photos are great. Some old school postcards, which I'll probably send to SGC to hold her up. I'm pretty sure they grade them. The Ashburn. And then the one lone card for the collection, the Mike Schmidt. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you check out other people who were at the Philly show who made recaps. I know Brian did, and Ed, and I'm sure others did as well. And I will talk to you guys next time. Have a great one.